Hello, we're at the backstage of the Iowa City Jazz Festival 2026. I'm Hollis. I'm so pleased to have with us the founders of the Brass Queens, hailing from Brooklyn, New York.
Yes.
The Brass Queens is an all-female-led brass band. It's the traditional music of New Orleans under a new, re-envisioned, shall we say, style. And these came together to form a dedicated group that really performs this music wonderfully. I've been listening to a couple of the recordings this week. I'm amazed. And I think it's so cool that you've become such a fixture on the New York scene as well. In fact, I understand that you're called the hardest working group in New York as of right now.
That's what they say.
Yeah, our friends like to say that.
And they've appeared at the Telluride Jazz Festival, the Ottawa Jazz Festival, Northland's Music Fest, and we're so lucky to have them here for their first, I'm hoping, it's just a first appearance at the Iowa City Jazz Festival. First, a little groundwork. How did you first get into music? We'll start with you.
I started playing trumpet because my grandpa played trumpet, and when I went into middle school band, I got to pick an instrument, and that I was dead set on trumpet.
And Alex?
Yeah, my dad's a bass player, so I grew up going to his gigs and bars. You know, there were bras hanging from the ceiling. I really just enjoyed like his schedule of going to rehearsal and seeing his friends and performing, and so I always knew I wanted to be in some sort of musical capacity, and the idea of a band, of a group of people, made a lot of sense to me. I had a babysitter that would bring her brother, and he played flute, so when I had the opportunity to join band, I just said the first instrument I knew the name of. And I think the wind instrument really appealed to me. My dad plays bass, and I think I knew I wanted to do something a little different. So I just said flute, and then later switched to saxophone, and I fell in love with it, and I've been doing it since I was 8.
Now, you're based in New York. Are you both native New Yorkers?
We are not.
No. Where are you from, then?
I'm from Colorado.
And I'm from Dallas, Texas.
So how did a New Orleans brass group get started in New York City?
That's a great question. We're both, lifelong musicians, as we said. So when we moved to New York City, you get your job, you get your apartment, and then you say to yourself, I want to join a band. I want to find an outlet for music. So we both joined this community concert band, and from there, we met someone that was starting a New Orleans-style brass band. We both got involved with that. We actually got so involved with that, we ended up leading that band with this other guy. And through that process, we both just realized that we had a lot of our own ideas, and we wanted to work together and to create a space for women because we noticed that was not represented in the music scene in New York. We really wanted to take charge of that and provide opportunities to a lot of the great female musicians that we already knew in New York City.
So how do you start an all-female brass band in New York City?
I can tell you exactly how.
Please.
You text them all and
group text.
And one day put them all in a group chat and say, hey, do you want to rehearse 2 days from now on a Tuesday? And then you go back to Alex's apartment and you arrange Man, I Feel Like a Woman and Waterfalls and Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, and you bring them to your first rehearsal on Tuesday, and then you rehearse every Tuesday for 7 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, how many members do you have in the group?
We tour mostly with 8 people, but we can be up to 10 people.
Okay, and the group that we have today?
8.
All right, and how would you describe, I mean, I've heard your style described several different ways. It's the Big Easy meets the Big Apple is my favorite. Mm-hmm. But how do you guys describe what you do? What is your description of your music, if you have one?
It's energy. It's dynamic.
I think we know what we've done our job if we're able to capture the way we feel on stage. So especially when we put out a recording, we want people to be able to hear the energy that they experience when they see us perform live, and they feel that. So we want people to understand the joy that we have playing for each other, and you're going to hear that in our music. It's upbeat, it's groovy, it's has a lot of personality, and that personality changes from show to show. And we want you to just feel like electric, and you just can't stop moving the whole time.
And we feel electric when we play together as Brass Queens because the synergy that we have as a group is unmatched. I haven't played with any other group where I have the same connection with the people that I'm playing with. And I think that, it says a lot that we're all women. We have a lot of shared experiences, but we're also all great friends. And, you can really see it and hear it in our music.
I can hear that. I've only heard recordings, but I'm looking forward to seeing it and hearing it live. And your arrangements, how do you come up with them as a group, or do you have a primary arranger? Does everybody contribute?
Everyone contributes. Multiple people have written originals for us. Sometimes we'll sit down and we'll just say, hey, we want to cover this song, and we'll figure it out together. Sometimes someone says, hey, I have this lick, let's make a song out of it. It just happens.
It's very collaborative.
Yeah.
But people also go off and do their own thing and then bring it to the group, and then the group itself takes it on and makes it their own. And that's like we were saying about the energy. You're going to hear the group in every way is like reflected in everything we do. It's not like you're going to hear one song and like be like, I know exactly who wrote that or who brought this in. Like the style becomes like a conglomerate of everybody.
I was wondering, because when you have a group of 8 to 10 musicians, I'm sure there's everybody taking other side gigs, perhaps teaching or whatever, and that you bring all that experience back to the group. Now, do you see this? How do you see this evolving into the future, or how do you see this group? Do you see it getting larger or staying about the same size? Maybe?
I think we'll stay 8 to 9 or 10.
Yeah, the best thing about our group is that we have a core group of musicians. We don't have a lot of subs, honestly. We mentioned that we've rehearsed every year on Tuesdays for 7 years, and we think that is so important of just the social aspect of getting together, but also being able to rehearse and work on anything, no matter how big or small, every week together. Like that commitment that people know they're coming to show up every week. We don't have to call them. We don't have to try to pull together people every week. So we get that sense of, I'll say it again, commitment from them, and in turn, they get every opportunity that this band has to offer. The more the band grows, the more that they're going to get the best opportunities that the band has to offer, because they've already shown the commitment to their group, and that helps us grow in so many more ways. And that energy that you hear is because everyone's made that agreement to each other to show up.
Now, you also have, as I've heard in your recordings at least, a commitment to excellence, as it were. Are you doing anything? I mean, as an example, your experience, your example is a commitment to each other and to this music is inspiring, I'm sure, to another whole generation of female musicians. Are you teaching as well? Anybody's teaching and actually passing on your experience and your knowledge to other musicians coming up?
We do a lot of like school visits. We go to a lot of universities and high schools and elementary schools. We're doing some school visits this trip as well. So I think we like to show our group as a whole to young students and anyone that might be looking for an opportunity in music beyond maybe a professional career, but as long as they know that this type, like a brass band specifically, is an option, then they might be inspired to create something of their own that they can take with themselves through life. So I think that kind of group aspect of it is the part that we all like to show the most. I mean, we have a lot of great teachers in the group too, but I wouldn't say that that's necessarily the outlet for this genre of music that we bring. But yeah, we definitely find so much value in showing up as a group of women and people seeing us and being like, wow, they can all do that, and they do it so well together.
And I think it's just amazing that I'm a fan of New Orleans styles and old Dixieland jazz. What you bring to it is a very interesting lens, as it were. And what informs you when you hear, if you take an old Dixieland tune like, Sleepy Town Time in New Orleans or something, how do you approach a tune like that and say, I think we can make this something original and new?
I think it's like inherent just in our own experience. We bring the experiences that we all have from every place that we've come from. You know, our group comes from all corners of this country, and we all have different upbringings and experiences, and we bring that into the music that we play together.
And I think the other part of the education side of it, well, we might be out there teaching young musicians. We go to New Orleans every single year to learn.
Really?
So
Yeah.
we've made it a part of our existence to make sure that we are connected with individuals and groups specifically in New Orleans, and we go down and see them and maintain those relationships and learn from them. So while we are like learning from the source, our experiences there very much inform our music and what we bring back to New York City and across the country.
Is there anybody in particular in the Big Easy that influences or inspires you?
There's so many.
I know, it's hard.
So
It
many.
It's asking like your favorite book, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really tough. I mean, I could just start rattling them off, but you know, The Greats, Rebirth, Hot 8, you have Soul Rebels, you have funk groups like Chawa and The Rumble. You have like Aurora Nealon, like a Traz female musician playing multiple instruments down on the streets and in venues and then touring all over the country. You have Tuba Skinny out there. You have Young Fellas Brass Band, New Groove, New Breed. You know, it goes on. And I really think that like the attention we take to get to know people on a personal level is what has been the most inspiring, at least for me personally.
Now, you just alluded earlier to the sort of tour that you're on right now. You just drove down from Wisconsin. You're driving back to Wisconsin. What you're on? Is this a tour of jazz festivals or attractions, or are you just out seeing the country and performing?
It's a mix of festivals and venue shows and educational outreach. So we're doing we called it a firework shape of routing for this tour, but we're getting to a lot of different places.
Oh, nice. So where are you off to next?
We're going to Stevens Point tomorrow.
For the Riverfront Rendezvous, and then Rockland, Illinois, to play at the Music Box.
Yeah.
And then I think we're in Appleton, Wisconsin, to play at the Stone Arch Brewery.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And we'll end the week back in Madison for Fête de Marquette for their 40th anniversary festival.
Oh, cool. Now, what are we going to hear this evening? First of all, are we going to hear anything new, perhaps a new recording that you're working on, or new?
Yeah, actually, you're going to hear a brand new original that we just started playing. So this will be only the third time we've ever played it for other people. So that's exciting for us.
And that comes right off the heels of a new cover of ours that we hope to release very soon. It's a Fish song, which is, you know, kind of a new experiment for us. So we're excited about that, and that should be coming out sometime this year.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, tell you what, we're looking forward to it. Brass Queens are going to be taking the stage at 6 p.m. here at the Iowa City Jazz Festival. It's going to be a great show. Thank you so very much. I can't wait.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Oh,